guys? It's Joel Punishers Paintball. Today, it is April Fool's. I haven't had anybody today try and fool me, which is kind of disappointing. But anyways, it's the month of April. We're here to bring you paintball news. We got some fancy products here, and we've got some enticing subjects to talk about here for the month of April, or leading into the month of April, I should say. So stay tuned, and as always, make sure that you like and subscribe. We'll see you guys after the intro.
I'm so free.
All right, Cody.
All right, Joel.
It's been a fun month. I've had some interesting stuff happen in the last month. It is the beginning of April, so it's kind of unique in the fact that like most of the time we film these at the end of the month. Yeah, some good stuff happened in the month of March that lean into April. We want you guys to know about. So first and foremost, NXL Vegas happened last month, and it was a very eventful event.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you know that like some people were complaining about it? I guess it made it on like the news. People were complaining about the paintballs being everywhere.
Yeah, the parking.
Did you see that?
I heard it was huge in the parking.
Yeah.
Like parking was absolutely not there at all in Vegas.
Oh,
And, like
honestly,
people
it
in
wasn't
Vegas
bad.
couldn't park.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, the way that the park was designed was it was kind of like in the back of the park. I thought it was a really good venue, me personally. Like, it was very nice. The ground wasn't completely level, but that's always something that you're going to face no matter where you go. But overall, like, they had trash cans everywhere. They had, sidewalks. It was a really nice park. It was well kept and everything else like that. The layout was pretty good. I will say that some of the fields, divisional fields, kind of were like all over the place. But overall, it was a good event. I personally had fun. Unfortunately, our D3 team got knocked out by Shot Kids in D3 in the first round of playoffs. We went 4-0 in the prelims, but then weren't able to pull that one off. Got a major with like 10 seconds left. So it is what it is. And special shout out to the guys on the Raptors because I'm buddies with one of the team captain and they won. And
Raptors, so that's some D3 team?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
East Coast Raptors, so they won D3. Dynasty wins Vegas again. I feel like I've been saying this over and over and over again throughout the last year.
Entire paintball career. Yeah, Dynasty, they won again.
They win again!
Oh, here it comes.
But the cool part is we saw somebody that we've never seen for first and second in the finals.
Oh, Hurricanes?
The New Orleans Hurricanes. Cody, you're a fan.
Yeah.
I'm a
They're
fan.
great.
Yeah.
They're honestly great.
They did it organically, too.
Yeah.
I love that about
Yes.
the Hurricanes.
That and they're just like a new upcoming team. Like you don't see the new upcoming teams actually take top 4 ever.
You know what I like about them is like they work really hard. They don't talk any shit. Like that's what I love about them is like there's teams out there that like they're good paintball players, but they don't work hard, and on top of that, they talk shit. And like what I like about the Hurricanes is just like really good, upstanding guys.
Yeah.
Their coach Mike Bianca is like a really like good coach, obviously, because like they went up 3-0.
Yeah.
3-0 against Dynasty.
I really thought they were
Dynasty
going to beat Dynasty.
I'll tell you what, man. So did I.
It was
like
depressing.
But Dynasty's such a great team. Like be able to bring that back. Kudos to Dynasty. I mean, that's amazing.
I couldn't even tell like what they did different in the point other than they just let Hurricanes just kind of run into their guns and mess up.
I mean, honestly, but the Hurricanes, like, they were up 3-0. They didn't really do anything. I mean, they just, like, pressed the issue. They got through zones that the Hurricanes had set up. They started shooting Hurricanes out of their bunkers. Like, I was there watching in person. But, yeah, I do agree with you. Like,
I had no idea, like, what they were messing up. Like, they didn't change anything.
Yeah.
Hurricanes just couldn't hold on to it.
But I will say this, though. What a performance from them. Like,
oh, yeah.
That is awesome.
I really thought it was just going to be a mercy. After the third point.
I know.
I was like, oh.
That's what a great legacy team does, though, man. They find a way to bring it back, and they sure did.
Yeah,
so
they rallied it together.
And then, like, the overtime point, I was talking to Mike at the extravaganza, and he's like, our guy got hurt going out to the Dorito corner for the overtime point. I think
he did something
tore his...
Well, he was fighting an injury all weekend.
Yeah, and he, tore his muscle in his leg. I think it was either his calf or his Achilles or something major.
Yeah, but he was just sitting there limped.
Yeah.
In the middle of the point.
He was, but the heart to kind of pull himself through, pull his gun up. kudos to those guys anyways. I mean, it was a really, really good performance, and it was a fun match to watch. I would say out of all the Dynasty wins that I've seen recently, that was by far the best one that I've watched, like the closest one and all that stuff. So, next up, Leverage wins Semi-Pro. Shout out to those guys, some of the swaggiest dudes on the face of the planet.
Great. I actually watched that before, because I like looked up the Semi-Pro to see who won, and of course it was Leverage.
Yeah. So shout out to those guys. I know those guys have been working hard. They also picked up Chris Caputo, who was playing for the Bears. He went back to them because he was a longtime member of Leverage. And then they also picked up Ivan Gonzalez from Sacramento DMG, which was the pro team from a year or two ago. And, I mean, I think that, plus the culmination of their, natural guys that they've had for a long time, was enough to really make them ball out. So they did great.
Yeah, they were great.
Next up, the Summit. Since we're on the subject of Vegas, I attended the Summit. Cody was nice enough to stay here and get stuff done with Papa Mark. Summit was a great opportunity. We did a walkthrough video. Kenzie and I are going to be doing our official thoughts on the Summit, but I like the fact that it was in Las Vegas. We had a great time. I like the fact that it backed up the NXL event, so I was able to be there because I work outside of this. But that was a really good experience. And stay tuned for our final thoughts on the Summit. But overall, I think it was a positive experience. Let's talk about some nitty gritty. Might as well talk about the nitty gritty because we're saying all this positive stuff. Let's talk about some nitty gritty. So I think the big thing that people are talking about right now is Virtue Paintball, I guess, has filed a lawsuit against Virtua, which Virtua was a paintball video game that we covered at NXL World Cup last year. And I guess there's a lawsuit out there for damages of $10 million for trademark infringement, basically saying that they're trying to piggyback off of Virtue's name, which is a well-established brand within paintball. Cody, it's $10 million. What's your thoughts?
I was kind of blown away, honestly. I had no idea that Virtue was that big of a...
That's the thing.
It was
$10 million is an insane amount of money.
That's why I was like, I've never heard of Virtue, and I was like, who is Virtue? And then, I saw him at Vegas, or at World Cup.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is a cool idea. And
it's a great idea.
It was a great idea. And it was all cool for a while. And then this drops. It kind of blows me. Because Virtua isn't out there on systems, right?
Correct. It was supposed to be from what I remember talking to Doug about it, because Doug talked to Brett from Infamous, who's one of the guys that designed it and everything else like that. It was supposed to be open source, and I think it was supposed to be free.
Yeah, on Steam, free to play.
Correct. Yeah. Which is great. Like you said, great idea.
Yeah.
Great concept.
Great for paintball.
Easily accessible. It seemed really cool. I was really excited to play it. I was kind of wondering what was going on with it. Well, I guess this answers that question.
It was so packed you couldn't get in.
Yeah.
They had people waiting lines.
It was at Cup, yeah, for sure. But I'm saying I checked it a few times after that at home at night and to see if I could get on it. And
it was never up.
It was never up, and
sad.
Now we know.
Because I still play Greg Hastings too.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Max is the best. Have you ever played Max?
They don't have it on PlayStation.
Oh.
I wasn't that old.
You can. I wasn't that old. With Max, you could design your own field, which was really cool. That's what I liked about Max is you could design your own field.
They brought up Greg Hastings too, and I grabbed that for low.
Yeah, for sure. And so, anyways, guys. The amount seems extremely excessive.
Extremely excessive.
And on top of that, no one wants to be that company that's suing somebody else for something that
building something that's already kind of just falling off.
It's not. But my thing is it's not even the same product.
No.
It'd be one thing if
it's a whole different idea. We're talking about video game, Virtue hoppers and I don't know. Pod packs.
I don't know. It's I don't know. One's a service and the other one's actual product, complete product line. So I don't know, guys. We'll see what happens with it. I don't think that they've actually gone to court or anything else like that. I don't know if Virtua is going to just back down from this and potentially create the game under some other And on top of that, like, here's my thing too: is like, was it super smart to name the video game Virtua in the first place? Like, you know that one of the top 10 brands in paintball is Virtue. Probably not the smartest idea, but I also think like Virtue trying to sue them for this. It's like, I can understand it if like they're trying to sell a product and everything, but they're not.
I'm really blown away with it because like they were across each other at Cup.
They were. It's funny that you say that.
I'm so confused. Like, it's just, this all got brought to me and I'm just like, why? Just like, why do you care that much?
Correct.
Like,
And, well, you know, and to be fair, maybe Virtue has good reason that we don't know.
I guess so.
That's always possible. So don't want to make any, you know, because like we do a lot of business
Absolutely,
with Virtue, and like they've always been reasonable with us. So I don't know. I mean, maybe there's something underlying that we don't know about.
Because I thought it was a very cool idea, and
Yeah.
to watch the mainstream at Cup, I thought it brought a lot of like kids to
For
the
sure.
sport.
Yeah, for sure.
But who knows?
So I mean, I'll be curious to see if like once again, you know, like if the lawsuit drops and they're able to file under a different name, or what comes of that. So we'll stay tuned, guys, for following months, and we'll try and stay covered on that. Next up, guys, Hertz. Last month we announced that Hertz was going to be an official sponsor for the Major League Paintball, and they signed a contract for, I believe it's 2 years, and from what I heard, Hertz supposedly sold out of cars in Vegas, which is amazing for the sport. Amazing for the sport to see that, you know, that outside sponsor is getting good sales from us is very important, and it's vital to the, you know, we want them making money, because if they're making money, then
we want more sponsors.
we want more sponsors. That's
Absolutely.
right. So keep booking with Hertz, guys.
Yes.
Next up, NXL also announced right after Las Vegas that they're going back to Atlantic City instead of Philadelphia this year for the Mid-Atlantic Open. And I spoke with Tom about this, Tom Cole, at the event, and he said that there is some major soccer event going on in Philly that weekend, and it was driving hotel prices through the roof. And that's what he basically had to say about that. So I'll let you guys make your own judgment calls on that. But that was straight from the source. I did ask him, and he was nice enough to explain that. And that was before they officially announced it. We were discussing it. So, but I've heard a lot of interesting things about how expensive it is to stay in Atlantic City. So I don't know if that necessarily makes sense either. So
It's probably going to be a wash at this point.
Yeah.
For the drive for people to the cost of staying.
Right. So I don't know. I'd love to hear your guys' input on that. And last but not least, guys, we got some new products for the month of March or / April. As you guys can see here, we brought back the Battle Worn, the gray Battle Worn from Energize Anodizing. We've got one of these bad boys in stock. Another thing is these Empire Ultralight bottles are actually really nice, and we actually have them in stock here, which is really good. They are super light, guys, and super excited about that. You know, matte black is kind of what everybody wants. This would actually look like a perfect package here, Cody. This tank with that and the Control 2.
I was going to tell you,
Boom, baby.
We just need ourselves a good rag on
A good rag.
We're ready.
Throw the Ninja EXT rag on it.
That's what I'm saying. The brass one.
Yeah. And then, as you guys can see here, we have the Control 2. This is the one that we got at the summit. We've been testing it. You guys have probably seen the video. We also did a test on like how fast will it feed / shoot. Pretty impressed with that compared to the Spire 5, which we compared it to. And then we'll be bringing you some more content regarding loaders here in the near future. Cody, what do you got?
Of course, the infamous 180R.
Dude, isn't that thing cool?
This is beautiful. I mean, I just wish it would have dropped before the infamous CS30.
What you using these days, Cody?
Might be an infamous CS30. But I would probably be shooting this.
Yeah, that thing's hot.
I kind of like the hex on it. It's really cool. And then the skull in the back, if anybody can tell, it's sweet.
Yeah, for sure.
The 180s are...
I love the fact that it's only $100 more than the stock colors.
Yeah.
And what's surprising about it is we have been selling the base colors way more than the Infamous ones, which is surprising to me.
I don't know.
But
I think this is the best
Oh, yeah,
Infamous
for sure.
milling that they've done in a long time.
I mean, I think the CS3 is definitely better. But I've never seen a custom
It's
milled
cool
180.
because you get like a half skull on the back, and I don't know. I really like the hex version.
It's cool. It's cool for sure. The teal's a great color.
Yeah.
They've got some interesting choices on colors.
Yeah, most definitely. Very interesting.
But they do have, black, silver, gold, orange, teal. They've got some of your base color, or like your one color base colors, and those are really cool, guys. So if you guys are interested in any of that, head on over to the website. Those are available. And we've got one of these. Stay tuned. We've got some custom Ultimate packages coming through the door here within the next few days. So those will be available and live on the website. And as always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. And stay tuned for next month as we'll be bringing you more content regarding what's going on in the paintball world. Thank you guys so much for watching.